What's up gamers, Jim here, and welcome to my Stadia APK 2.32 teardown. Before I start, I want to mention that this is a quick teardown instead of a deep dive, and the reason for that is because I've done a deep dive on the last 3 APK updates, and I spent hours and hours on documentation to only find out that most of the new things added into the APK are things I've already found weeks or months before on my normal Stadia Chrome discoveries. So what does this mean? It means that there's a good chance that I missed a few things in the APK to only be found by the community as well as 9to5 Google's APK teardowns. Let's start off with a juicy one. This is something that I discovered over a month ago and even found the Stadia store page for. In fact, it's one of my most popular videos. Uplay Plus is now in the APK. This is something I've been searching directly on each APK update since my discovery. The APK also mentions that this is a subscription service. I mean, by now we should all know that already, but I'm only mentioning it because it's a new code that wasn't in Stadia Chrome. There is an error code for when Stadia fails to livestream. I thought this one was cool one because it's specifically talking about streaming from Stadia to YouTube. There is also a button to start live streaming from Stadia. This next code I found is actually a very old code, but it's been updated. In the past it used to mention specifically that a notification will pop up saying that you cannot take screenshots or videos in specific scenes and moments in a video game. With the new APK update, this code has been updated to include live streaming as well. About a month ago I found the codes for Stadia Pro different durations of trial. This time there are actual strings to the codes I found. The string specifically mentions 1 week Stadia Pro Trials as well as 1 year Stadia Pro Trials. On a side note, I would absolutely love if we would be able to purchase a yearly Stadia Pro subscription with a discount of perhaps 1 or 2 months included. In May, I had discovered a Stadia store page titled Buy Now to Continue Playing, as well as Try These Games. Of course, with common sense, we were assuming that these are referred to demos or trials, because that's what made the most sense. Well, after further research, I found out that these two store pages are directly linked with demos, trials, and free weekends. We have already had one free weekend which was Borderlands 3 a few weeks ago. We have not had the experience for demos and trials yet. Stadia Messaging. Again, this is something I found about a month ago. The new codes for messaging I found are now included in the APK. I found a new interesting string that says, to enable chat, you'll need to visit settings or the message tab in the social menu from the mobile app or stadia.com to set a few things up. There's a lot more pre-order codes in the APK than there were in the past. One of the strings says, an item has been pre-ordered and will be accessible when it is released on a later date. The APK has added a store label for a game that is being shared by your family. If you look at the code, it says .shared. This part of the code is basically the part of the store where you see purchased as well as claimed. Now there will also be a label that says shared. There are a few more codes regarding notifications and push notifications on mobile. There's also a prompt message that asks if you are sure if you want to open the YouTube video while Stadia is running. This is part of the code I found over a month ago where you are watching a YouTube video on Stadia. You can use your mobile to control the playback of the video, and if you turn on the Stadia controller again, this Stadia will pop up on screen and resume your gameplay from where you left off. It is unclear if this is related to Google Assistant, if it's related to watching live streams that your friends are broadcasting, or just using YouTube in general. It is also unclear if YouTube will have full screen over your Stadia game or if it will just cover most of your Stadia screen, but I guess we will find out in the future. And finally, I found a cool Easter egg in the codes. There is a description that says playing Worm Game, and if you are not aware, the Worm Game is a game developed by the Stadia team to test new Stadia features and is not available to the public. There was another description that says streaming Tomb Raider. This is just an example of what it will look like in your friend list if someone was streaming or playing a game. Thank you for watching my video. This is Jem, and I'll see you on the next one.